This video is brought to you by Privacy VPN. We finally have the new M3 MacBook Pro, and I feel like I might regret buying that. This Mac really raises the question of who should upgrade, but don't worry, I've used it, tried it, and by the end of this video, you will know exactly what to do. What makes people so confused? I think we'll let expectations affect our judgment of this thing, and that is not how it's supposed to work. When we first got the M1 chip, it was like a revelation. We weren't ready for such performance gains. And then the M1 Pro and M1 Max MacBooks came and literally changed the world for many Mac users. Superb displays, updated design, and of course, incredible performance and efficiency. So we were expecting the same gains from M2 Pro, and as you know, it didn't really pan out. The gains were quite slim, and there were not so many reasons to upgrade. All those hopes then went to the M3, and I can say that we kinda got what we were hoping to get. This is how the M2 Pro should have been. I feel like the M3 Pro is more of a successor to the M1 Pro. It takes all the things that laptop and that chip did really well and builds up on that. Great screen, now it's got more brightness than before. Impressive power efficiency, 3 nanometers make everything better. Incredible performance, you got it and even more. This MacBook doesn't really disappoint, of that I'm sure. From the moment you open up the box, take the laptop out, remove all the foils and papers, till the moment you put it through paces, it stays a Pro MacBook.
Yo, are the stickers black too?
Yes, oh, finally! God, the matching color. And let me just say it right now, I absolutely love this color. Black MacBooks are exactly what we were waiting for so many years, and this black color is not like what you could see in Windows laptops. Here it is more refined, more premium, it looks absolutely phenomenal. Much better than space gray. I've never been a fan of space gray color. It got scratched a lot and didn't really look all that good, but this black, Apple promises it will get less fingerprints, but I guess we'll see. Yes, Apple. And even if it has all the same flaws as the space gray and will get scratched a lot, collect fingerprints and dust, I still think that the color is absolutely worth it. In black, the MacBook Pro just looks much fresher and a bit more modern. From a practical standpoint, I would probably still go for the silver, but mostly because I'm a huge fan of that color scheme, silver body and black keyboard. I also like when I get to read all your comments and see all your likes, so make me happy, hit the like button and subscribe, it helps a lot. Guys, Future Arthur here. So we were filming this MacBook for the next video and then this happened. Yes, that's exactly what you think it is. A dent, space black scratches easily and reveals raw aluminum underneath the coating. It's official, go for the silver. What I feel like is another underrated upgrade is the higher display brightness. Now this display can go up to 600 nits of SDR content, which is 100 nits more than before. For people like me who love to tinker with their laptops, this is not an improvement since there are many apps that allow to manually set brightness to much higher than that. But think of all the people and even pro users who don't want to do all that, who just want to use their laptop straight out of the box. For them, this brightness bump will be a nice touch, and of course, this display is still perfect for watching movies, working, and consuming content. The security of your data is not something to take for granted. Public cafes, parks, and open Wi-Fi, all of these are potential points of breach. Apple's M3 chip has built-in security systems, but that doesn't mean we're safe. So adding another layer is always welcomed. So the simplest way I found to deal with that is Privacy VPN. They are kindly sponsoring this video, and if you don't know what a VPN is, VPN, or Virtual Private Network, is a tool that encrypts your internet traffic and hides your IP address. This means that you can use public Wi-Fi safely and securely. I've tried many VPNs, but Privacy VPN stands out, especially when you consider what you get for the price. It's been around since 2007, making it one of the long-lasting VPN providers with a massive user base over 5 million. As for the features, I especially love the split tunneling feature. It lets me choose which apps use the VPN and which ones don't. For example, I can use split tunneling to unblock Netflix from another country while using a local connection for low latency gaming. There is another killer feature in this VPN, dedicated streaming servers for different content platforms. This means that all the traffic that goes to and from platforms like Netflix, Disney Plus, and others goes through special servers, ensuring higher speeds and better connection. Privacy VPN paid extreme attention to provide reliable unlocking and stable connection for 7 major regions: the US, France, Japan, the UK, Australia, Germany, and Canada. Privacy doesn't skim on security either, offering up to 10 device connections, military-grade encryption, and a strict no-logs policy for total online privacy. But by far, one of the most unique features of Privacy VPN is its secure download feature. When you enable it, Privacy VPN will only connect you to servers that are specifically optimized for secure downloads. This means that all of your downloads will be scanned for malware and viruses at the server level before they're even downloaded to your device. The secure download feature is available for all types of files, including email attachments, audio, video files from websites, and torrent files. What's also super impressive about Privacy VPN is a wide range of supported devices and platforms. Usually the list consists of macOS, Windows, iOS, and Android, but with Privacy VPN, it is much longer. Browser extensions, Amazon Fire Stick, Android TV, DDWRT router applet, and many more. It even has a dedicated Kodi app, which makes it easy to stream Kodi content securely and anonymously. If you click the link in the description, you will get a truly amazing deal: 5 years for $60 with a 30-day money-back guarantee with a Trustpilot rating of 4.7. It's clear why Privacy VPN is a top choice for me. The link is again in the description. And now back to the video. Everything I've talked before seems minor and doesn't really bother people online all that much, but what really bothers people is the performance of this thing. I know a lot of people who are using the M1 MacBook Air or M1 Pro 14-inch and absolutely love it. I also know a handful of people who are using M2 machines and love it, and when those people watch Apple's event, they expect to see huge gains, because only huge gains, in their opinion, can force them to upgrade. And I can't say that they're wrong. I think their concerns are quite valid. Hear me out. How do people typically use their MacBook? Does every Mac user edit videos and work in Blender? Or does every MacBook Pro user develop software and write music or color great Hollywood films? No, of course not. From what I've seen, the majority of people buying MacBook Pros just want slightly better laptops. They want better screens, better speakers, and to have that extra power in case they ever need it. Many of them will never use more than 50% of what their MacBook is capable of. So should people like this upgrade to M3 Pro? On one hand, I really want to say yes, but the truth is, not that simple. As I always said, it all depends on what you do and plan on doing, because despite being really similar in many ways to the previous generations of Pro chips, the M3 Pro makes a couple of important improvements. Tell me, if you're using an M2 Pro MacBook, would you care if the M3 Pro was exporting videos 10 seconds faster, or if it would have 5 more FPS in Unreal Engine? Most likely your answer is no. But what if I say that M3 gives a better gaming experience?
Can it run Minecraft?
Dude, come on, it can run Resident Evil with ray tracing, and you're asking me about Minecraft. Gaming on Mac now can be a valid thing to consider, not gonna lie, but I wanna give you a more rational guide. I feel like if you're a person who's used to the MacBook Air and the performance is enough for you, upgrading to M3 Pro might not be the best decision. I think in your case, it would be better to choose the base $1,600 M3 MacBook Pro. Yes, it has 8 GB of RAM, and to use it to its full extent, you'd have to pay $200 extra to get 16 GB, but that is exactly why I said about MacBook Air users. Most people buying MacBook Airs do buy the base configuration with 8 GB of memory, so having 8 GB here shouldn't be a problem, especially given all the CPU and GPU gains. It also makes sense to look at the M2 Pro, since it is a bit more powerful but costs the same $1,600, or just choose the best deal ever and look for the M1 Pro. That is still a capable chip but that's a topic for another video. And if you choose to buy the M3 MacBook Pro, you will get a much better display, much better speakers, better webcam, and a bunch of small little changes here and there. It might not be the most powerful MacBook, but it would be a really good balance, especially if you can wait a few more weeks and get it on sale for even less than $1,600. The most difficult version of the MacBook Pro to recommend is the one I have here with the base M3 Pro. I do love it, it is really great, and after using it, I do see clearly why people have doubts about it. The base M3 Pro doesn't really feel like that much faster in usual creative tasks than the M2 Pro or even M1 Pro. That is not why people upgrade their MacBooks. If you would have started with the M1 Pro MacBook Pro, it would not be a good decision to upgrade to the M2 Pro. In that case, you would have two options. Get the base M3 Pro or go for the M3 Max. M3 Max is clearly where all the innovations are, where the biggest gains are, but the price for a MacBook with M3 Max is just out of this world if you ask me. I think if you now have an M1 Pro and you feel like it is not enough for you, you should go for the M3 Pro, but with upgrades.
More RAM, of course.
Yep, that goes without saying. Upgrade the memory to 36 gigabytes and get a full M3 Pro. Forget about the SSD, $2,600 and you've got a monster. 36 gigs of RAM will be enough for basically everything you might want to do with this MacBook. I don't think that you should pay $3,000 for the base M3 Max. People who buy Max chips usually know exactly what they need and how much they need. So I'm pretty sure that you will make the right choice, but of course, if M1 Pro is enough for your tasks, don't bother upgrading, unless you really want your MacBook to be black. If you are an owner of M2 Pro or M2 Max MacBook Pros, then you definitely shouldn't even think about upgrading, because if you have chosen the base M2 Pro, you don't really need more power than that. And if you went all out for M2 Max and maxed it out with memory and SSD, then it is probably enough for your tasks for now and the next couple of years. There can be exceptions, and if you strongly feel that one thing that's holding you back is your MacBook, then sure, go straight for the M3 Max. I think this M3 Pro MacBook Pro is once again aimed not at owners of M2 Pro and even M1 Pro, but at people who want to upgrade from MacBook Air or even an Intel-based MacBook Pro, and at super pro users who need Max chips and do all sorts of crazy things. For them, this M3 Pro Mac will be truly next level stuff, but no matter which MacBook you buy, you still need to make it truly personal, and I made a video about that full of useful apps, so be sure to check it out and see you in the next one.